So for Mel, for you, there wasn't a dramatic moment in time where you suddenly realized that you needed Christ and you were a sinner, but you now know that you have a very strong faith in Him as your Savior. Is that right?
That's correct. I've always grown up around the church. Um, I went to Sunday school and all that stuff, and I, I went through life, I guess, knowing, I believe in Jesus Christ. He's my Lord and Savior, but didn't really know the particulars, right? All I know is He loves me, He forgives me. Didn't really live like a very good Christian. Um, and it wasn't until really when my son was born, when I kind of I kind of said, you know what, I need to take a look at this and really find out, what is there, to life, and that's when I kind of did a little bit of checking, and I always end up coming back to where I started, right? Because it's the only thing that makes sense. Um, I've always thought myself as not, not very bad person. I haven't killed anybody, haven't stolen anything, but when you do learn more about Jesus and what He teaches, it really makes you realize that there's nothing you can do to earn your salvation, right? Yeah, just the thought of something that doesn't conform to His standard, is a sin, and by that, the more I learn, the more I realize that I am a sinner. There's nothing I can do to ever earn my own salvation, and I'm just very thankful that Jesus died on the cross for me, because like I said, I can't conform to that standard. Um, every night I pray, thank you for that free gift. Um, in looking at different religions in the plan of salvation, at first you think of this man Jesus. He rose from the dead. Well, maybe that's just legend, or something that people put down to make them feel good, but it's not. The more I take a look at the Bible and study, I mean, these people died. They didn't get any money, they didn't get any richer. Look at Paul was, he persecuted Christians, and just a complete turnaround. He gave his life to Christ, and the only reason that really makes sense is they've seen the risen Christ, and that gives me comfort, because if that wasn't real, then the rest to me kind of like falls apart, right? I mean, and I do believe that He rose from the dead, and I do believe that He's active in my life. I feel that uh, personal relationship. I go through issues in life. This year's been kind of tough for me, but the Lord always pulls through. We found this church, and I think everybody fits into a church because that's God's plan to individually, and it worked great for us. And I've gone through ups and downs this year, and the Lord's just always there. Always when I needed a job, He came through, and when I think a job's good enough, He says, well, no, maybe not that one, this one, and sometimes I question Him, it's like, really, it's this is what I get, but at the end it always works out great, and I'm just happy that He kind of kept me and preserved me. I took took a look at different faith systems, and this is really the only one that makes sense. So.